What's up, friend, and welcome back to another Secrets of Strixhaven standard video. So last weekend we had a bunch of regional championships happening all over the world, and I wanted to play the deck list that had the highest win rate across all those regional championships combined. Now, thanks to Frank Carson, we know what that is. We see it here at the very top 4-color elementals with a 56.4% win rate. Now, if you can look right here, is that Prowess definitely not your best matchup, but it looks very good against Selesnya Landfall, is that Spell Elementals, 4-color control, so worth giving it a shot. Let's dive into the deck. So the deck I'm using is one that I found that did good in the US regional champs. This is by Moomkes, and they had an 11-4 record. Looked like a really good deck to me, so let's check it out. The 4-color elementals is basically a deck list that only exists thanks to Lore and Eclipsed. You have two really important cards. I think these cards, if you have them in your opening hand, you got a good opening hand. These cards need to stick on the battlefield, and then you can kind of play at the speed of standard. If you can't find those, then you better have your answers, or you may get run over. So Ashlizzlle Rekindled and Flamebreaker are those really important cards I'm talking about. What makes those cards so important is because they provide the ramp that you need to be able to cast these elementals a lot faster than like turn 5 or turn 6. Ashlizzlle Rekindled is a 2-mana 1/3. When it enters or transforms into Ashlizzlle Rekindled, you may discard a card. If you do draw a card, and at the beginning of your first main phase, you may play blue. If you do transform Ashlizzlle, so an Ashlizzlle transforms, and at the beginning of your first main phase, add 2 mana of any one color, and spend this mana only to cast spells of mana value 4 or greater. So that's how you cast those elementals. Then Flamebreaker as well, 2 mana 2/2. You can tap it, add 2 mana in any combination of colors, and spend it only to cast elemental spells or activate abilities of elemental sources. So like I said, probably your most important creatures in the deck. And if you can't find them, you have to work with interaction like Burst Lightning, Bounce Offs to try and survive as long as possible. You could also use Vibrance for red, for instance, which when it then enters, it deals 3 damage to any target. Now, a cool card in here as well is the Roaming Throne. And the Roaming Throne is going to provide doubling effects of your elementals. 4 mana, 4/4 Ward 2. As it enters, you choose a creature type. This creature is the chosen type in addition to its other types. And then most importantly, if a triggered ability of another creature you control of the chosen type triggers, it triggers an additional time. So even more elemental value. Now, for ways to interact with your opponent further, Deceit is of course a fantastic elemental. If it enters and if black was spent to cast it, you can target opponent's hand, and you choose a non-land card from it and they discard it. The blue can also be helpful to like bounce a threat or something. Wistfulness, 4 copies in here. We have the blue, it enters, and draw 2 cards and discard a card. There can be a little bit of hand fixing, a little bit of card advantage, and green is a way for you to deal with artifacts and enchantments. Now, no elemental deck is complete without a few copies of Cinderflock, which we have in here 2 copies, and I believe there's also another copy of Cinderflock in the sideboard. When Cinderflock enters, if you cast it, return all non-elemental creatures to their owner's hand, so a great way for you to reset the board state while your elementals stick around. And Ill-Timed Explosion is also in here as a little bit of an additional board wipe as well, because there's a lot of creatures in standard and a lot of very scary creatures, and they just have to be answered for these, more mid-rangey, like slower decks to be able to stand a chance and survive long enough, basically. So we also have some bases in the sideboard. That's where the white comes from. So technically 5-color elementals. Base that's just great as, a life gain source, makes a couple blockers, maybe draws you a card, maybe makes you a treasure. And then we have some like counter magic, more interaction. And there's also a spicy Petrified Hamlet in here, which is something that you could tutor up with Vibrance, for instance, and then be able to shut down like a Basing Say, or a Fabled Passage, or a Restless Reef, or something like that. So personally, when I played the deck list, I had a 4-1 record with it on the arena ladder. Was quite happy with that because I've lost a lot of games this week. So 4-color elementals came out on top. Let me know what you guys think about that, and let's dive into some gameplay. All right, let's go. Double Flamebreaker. Can anybody enjoy that? It's probably not about enjoyment. It's probably just about efficiently getting some wins, The enjoyment comes from seeing your rank go up fast, probably. All right, elemental. Okay, Flamebreaker. Live. Bring it home. Losing to shit like that's when magic feels toxic after a while. Yeah. Definitely not giving you a lot of encouragement to keep going, for sure. Crafted a 4-color control deck to get some rank when I'm losing all my games. I personally did not have a very good record either with the 4-color control deck. But it's something that works, like, you just don't know how to pilot it yet. I think the 4-color control deck is very meta specific. Like, I think the 4-color control deck is definitely designed to beat feature decks. Like, you wanna make sure you hit the prowess matchups. You wanna hit like the Selesnya, Ouroboros matchups. You want to hit the landfall matchups. If you don't hit those, you know, because that deck is literally constructed out of what, like 20 spot removal spells, it doesn't get very easy if you can find them. I was thinking about just developing Roaming Throne. Like, I think we just gotta go for greed, right? Chat, do I ball? I think I should ball. The 4-color control mirrors are a staring contest. Yeah, the 4-color control mirror before sideboarding must be hell, for real. Must be awful. Should I get rid of Formidable Speaker? It's like Sultai Reanimator, right? Or something along those lines. Maybe it's control. I'm gonna go with Speaker and slow them down. The first time saying this, the meta's never been so diverse. The standard meta is diverse, but the standard meta is not healthy. So... it's a bit of a double-edged sword, you know? Like, it's what my recent video is about as well. Like, yeah, you got diversity, but diversity... when it means 5 different ways to kill on turn 3, I don't know about that. That's, sadly the issue with standard. Discard stories. Elemental. Mad as I go into a buffet, but it's all junk food. Yeah. Discard a creature card. Nah. I'm just gonna get rid of these things right here. Well, I mean, like, you know, if you read the article, like, Wizards of the Coast also clearly says, like, hey, we have Momo and shit, but Momo is another turn 3 deck. We got Mardu discard, but Mardu is another turn 3 deck, so it's like... there's not a lot of room for anything else to exist outside of, like, hyper aggro that has the potential to virtually win on turn 3 and, like, control decks that do everything they can to shut them down. So yeah, you got diversity, but I don't think that is how standard should be. Like, it's not the promise of the standard format. Like, if I want to consistently win games on turn 3, I'll play Modern, you know? I think a lot of people agree with that. Let's get some graveyard hate. Like, I don't play standard to get turn 3 wins. So that's me though. Like, I'm not really looking forward to that. There's no whimsy if I can play with unoptimized new cards. Yeah. And it is just a direct result from, like, constant power creeping 7 sets a year and 3-year standard, right? Like, at the end of the day, there is that unbadgerable problem where, like, just, you know, unfortunate results from the 3-year standard with flooding it, power creeping the fuck out of it. Like, it's just, yeah. Yeah, exactly. It is a downstream of the format being bloated and being, like, power crept like crazy. It's, like, sad. Shouldn't have to be that way. But yeah. 3-year standard or 7 sets a year, they shouldn't have tried both at the same time. They definitely shouldn't. Definitely shouldn't have. Pit of Offerings is kind of dead. I think I gotta go here. Don't we have like 4 sets left or something in standard this year? Which is just insane to think about. Like, we got Marvel coming up, we got Star Trek coming up, we got Reality Fracture coming up, and we got The Hobbit coming up. How the fuck do we still have 4 sets left? What is happening? It's crazy work. Yeah. Stoked for the Hobbit, though. I know a lot of people are excited for the Hobbit, and I'm excited for y'all, so... I'm hyped for y'all. Could fire off Deceit, could hold on to the Disdainful Stroke, play Winter Night Stories. I kind of want to see what's up with the hand, not gonna lie. Let's have a peek. Little peek. Bitter Triumph, Hex, and Cover Up. That's a crazy lineup of cards that I was not expecting. I thought we were playing against... I don't know, to be honest. Maybe it is the Sultai control deck, I guess. Oops, yeah. Oops, all removal. Oh well. We'll find a way to get through that. I think we get enough value. Oh, but they are still playing Formidable Speaker. I am so confused. Yeah, I think it's just Cavero, but they just found their sideboard cards or something. Percentage of Mythic. The higher the percentage, the better. Yeah, Scavenge still works. Sadly, it's yeah, Scavenge still works. Let's see what happens here. If they're trying to hit my Deceit in the graveyard, I'm just gonna play, or just gonna vacuum it, and then I can maybe wipe the board with an explosion instead of having to use my stroke. You're doing nothing. I see. I see. Flame Braider? Wondering when they're going to try to develop. Hey guys. Okay, so here's Cavero. I'm gonna go exile the Deceit. Even though I don't think they tap their mana right enough to get it anyway, but... And then I'll clean the board up with the Old Town Explosion. I think it's probably okay to get rid of the other Old Time there. I think we did a pretty good job dealing with that. Hopefully they don't have like a 5-drop now and I miss out on my Disdainful Stroke value, but... Scout the City is a crazy card. Cool to see. I guess. Omen Paths. Spoody Man. I don't know what the original card is, but... Spoody. Sits Cavero. Get this pop right here, chat. Booty. I'm gonna go black. I think the original card was just called Scout City. You know, that rings a bell. That rings a bell. Ashlizzlle? Get it done. Don't want to discard anything. No, I don't think so. Okay, they're out of cards. That's great. I have a counter spell, which is nice. Perfect. Hell yeah. Let's hit Meringue. play some chunky elementals now. See if we can close this game out. Yeah, I don't know either. Do I need Thunderflock? You know what? I'll keep Thunderflock. I'll get rid of Wistfulness. Yo, Avocado. Hello, were there bans? Nar, as expected. Okay. Nah, you know, like, I said this, my video also, like, the sad truth is that Wizards didn't even say that the format was balanced. They literally said... They quite literally said that Izzet and the Badger decks are creating a hostile environment where decks need to either answer a threat, and if they can't do that, they can't compete. And then they were like, but, you know, anyway, like, damn, dude, you literally, like, you knew, like, you know what's wrong, but yeah, there's no fix, sadly. Let me be mad. It's crazy. Like, I said this at the start of this stream. It's like the way that they had worded that felt like a paragraph that was written to follow up after saying like, "Hey, these cards are banned," and then you know, elaborate with, "If created a toxic environment, and that is not where we want Standard to be, and the format is too fast." But instead, they were like, "However, there's Momo that kills on turn 3, and there's Mardu that also wins on turn 3, so we're good." It's like, dang. All right, we seem to have been winning. How's it going with this? The paragraph read like an explanation for Talon and Cubban. Yeah, right? It's like... almost. Then again, like we said it, I could say it 1,000 times. There are no bans they could have ever done that would have fixed Standard. Like, you can't. I think getting rid of Cub and Storm Chaser would have probably introduced like new problems into the format anyway, you know? It's just kind of like beyond. There's not just one single card that's the bad guy in Standard right now. Like, it's not just like Ben, Vivi, and all be well, sadly. The power creep that's happened like this year is just nuts, you know? You can't get out of it. Anyway, GG. Alright, let's keep this. Opponent, you better be playing Brushwag. I'm so serious, you better be. I think they are. They're 87% mythic. They must be staying true to the name. Dude, I'm rooting for you. Alright, let's get started. Started with Starting Town. I actually really enjoyed playing Riftbound. It's just the fact that there's no way to play it digitally that sadly has put me off from, you know, enjoying Riftbound further. Because I'm a fucking chud that can only really play digitally. I don't have the time to go to an LGS to play Riftbound or collect the cards or anything. Let's go Elemental. Maybe I should have put on Golem, but we could just go like this. Because I can't shuffle. No, I fear it's really just comes down to like time and place. All right, nice. Wistfulness. Their digital option, yeah. No, I fear. But I have a feeling like surely at some point there has to be like a digital like Riftbound coming. Surely. It's fucking Riot. I mean, who knows? Spinner. Aw, thanks, truth be told. Appreciate you. 3. Urge to hit him with the ult and explosion. Getting low on 10s up in here. But what do I discard as 3 mana value? I mean, I could do 4 as well and discard another explosion. They're working on it for Riftbound, for real? I'm just gonna discard the explosion, I think. Enjoy your cards, though. Play Riftbound wasn't fine, but you only played pre-constructed. Yeah, I did only play the pre-constructed decks as well. I had a Victor and Lee Sin, I believe. I really enjoyed the Victor deck. It had a little bit of sacrifice energy, so I was like, ooh, we can do that here. All right, let's attack with Wistfulness. See if they crickets. Probably just gonna go Roaming Throne here. We could set up a nice seat, possibly. Elemental. The Riftbound Director hints at its digital futures as it's not a matter of if, but when and how. Sure. Yeah, if it ever gets that, I'll probably be checking it out again. But for now, it's on hold for me. But I'm still enjoying Standard, even though I wish things were different. Like, I will always enjoy Standard. I think that's just always going to be a thing. Doesn't mean we can be critical of the format. There can be things wrong with it necessarily, but sadly, oh, not sadly, I'm always going to be enjoying. Like, if I'm not enjoying something, I wouldn't be partaking in it. I wouldn't be playing it. If I truly hated Standard, I wouldn't be playing this format. So I will always enjoy Standard. Takes a lot for me to want to rage quit like Vivi. And then still use it through it. Whoa, Wildborn Preserver. Opponent, you have so much aura. How does it feel to have 1,000 bitches? Very nice. Crazy to be seeing somebody playing like Wildborn Preserver and stuff and all these like cool green cards. Sad that it means that their record is 87 mythic, but you know. Very cool to see regardless. Alright, it's green. We'll play Flesh Freeze. We'll play their creatures, so we'll play Sunderflock. I think a lot of our shit is tended to grow. 3 toughness. Probably implement a Beza. We cut down on some Winter Night Stories. I guess they're like a little aggressive, you know? Are we the villain? I'm afraid so. I'm afraid we are. I'm afraid we are. I mean, I think we're just looking cute here. I don't really think we have to do anything else. Magic is the right mix. Strategy, luck, skill 100% matters. Sometimes your opponent just gets lucky. Yeah. Magic is a near perfect game, so makes it very hard to play any other card games. You're either the villain or you die at 85% mythic. Yeah, it's true. I'm just glad we got some wins today. Like, we've spent nearly all of last week, like, hard losing, so happy that we're finally turning it around a little bit. I'm not stuck in, like, 90% mythic anymore. Getting some wins tonight. Feels good. Creatures can be countered. Right. Okay. Luke, if I'm saying if the choice is it in Cub or Fun, you can catch me in the single-digit percentages. That's basically how I've been handling it. You know, kind of what I've been doing too. Like, you just gotta take the L. Even though, like, part of me is always, like, competitive, and I do want to win games, and I do want to get, like, great win rates, but in this, like, hostile environment, you just gotta take the L, I fear, if you're choosing not to play Is It Cards or Badgers. Can't really be casting Whimsy, though. Well, I could, but... eh. It's gonna, like, set this up, I guess. Yeah, opponent has, like, crazy swag, for sure. Almighty Brushwag. They got a Brushwag pad and a Brushwag sleeve. What a legend. I think I've played against them before and said the same thing. Sick. Guess we'll play this. We got Mardu aggro. Like, I'm so conflicted on the Mardu deck because, as you guys know, it's probably my favorite competitive deck to play in the formats. But you ever just play a deck and you realize that it's actually just not a good deck? Like, that's how I feel about the Mardu pile more often than not. Like, fundamentally, there is something wrong with that Mardu deck. Like, I think it has crazy high roll potential. And you can get really fast, like, games that get closed out. But it's not a perfect deck. It's not, there's a lot of times that you play it and you're like, well, basically spend the whole game doing fucking nothing. It's strange. Like, it's missing something. I don't know. Sometimes you don't have the right mana. Sometimes you just run out of cards, like, way too quickly. You get severely punished for mulliganing because every single card matters. Like, that deck can barely mulligan to, I don't know, can barely mulligan to, like, if you mulligan to 6 with that deck, you're probably already, like, nearly cooked. Like, before you know it, your hand is gone, right? So, I love it, but I also am like, I'm not sure how long this is gonna last. And I mean, if we can look at the regional championship data that Frank Carson, like, put together, the Mardu deck had a 49% win rate. It got absolutely fucking wrecked by Azorius Momo. It had a 4-23 record against Azorius Momo, so that ends up being a hard counter if it ever gets too popular, but... Mardu never had the monument. I think a lot of like Discord players just have kind of like realized that monument is like low-key just too slow. But like I also said, I also think the issue with monument in a deck is just that deck just runs out of cards. And the only way you don't go down on cards when you're playing a monument deck is having 2 monuments. But how does the fuck does that deck get like 2 monuments outside of just like naturally drawing into it? You know? Like back in the day, you had Microsynth Gardens and stuff, which would give you a copy of a monument. And if you have 2 monuments, then it turns into card advantage. But a single copy of monument is just not really good if you're play Rakdos discard and you cannot beat Sage's Guys. Yeah, no, like I said, the Mardu discard deck has a 23 or a 15% win rate against Azorius Momo. It's really bad. So it's definitely not you. It's just a very, very tough matchup, I think. You know what? I'll develop Throne first here. Then we could set up the seat. Deck is super weak to flyers, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Oh, you admit it. I think it's good. Like, I think it can win a lot of... I think it can win a lot of games. I think it has a position within the meta for sure. I just think there's definitely a couple of flaws within the deck that maybe or maybe not can be worked out, but the win rates... That's the Frank Karsten tweet. Did I not say that in the video that I got it from Frank Karsten? Anyway, yeah. No worries. Damn. Let's go here. What happened to the High Noon Aang deck? I'm honestly not really sure. Ooh, Vastland Scavenger, very nice. Yeah, we're chilling here. We're kind of farming them because we're playing a top tier deck and they're just not, you know, sad, but yeah, how's the blue-white tempo? I think it doesn't have a great win rate. Azorius Prison, 49.1. Lost Heart against Celestia Landfall. Makes a lot of sense. Like, I like the blue-white deck against a wide variety of standard decks, just not against Landfall. Because Landfall doesn't care about the prison lock that you set up with that deck. So that kind of makes sense, you know? That makes a lot of sense. Like, it just does not care about it. Or... I could set up another roaming throne, but here I am. Nice, that's what I'm looking for. We should be very nice. Very nice. Let's go red, red. Deal with the dragon snipers. Get rid of the death touch. Cat, killing it, man. Alright, let's go. GG, almighty brushwag. Let's keep this. I don't want to keep the opponent waiting too much. Did you play BG3? I did. The smoking one? Yeah, like I found him. This is the level of whimsy that we need to like aspire to. Hold on. You see right here. With the goofy ass hat. Yeah. Life when you say okay instead of arguing. Right. That's the vibe. They're AI, fuck. I had a feeling they would be, though. Good luck navigating the control matchup. Gulp. No, the mirror mid-range was a disaster. The mirror mid-range was a total disaster, sadly. Alright, Wistfulness. Get rid of that tablet. Just be Jessica controlled mono blue illuge. Nice. You know what? I'll bounce it. Let me get it back. The mirror was holding on for dear life like 3 sets ago. It's a miracle it took this long to fully die. Yeah. I don't know, maybe it could have a little bit of a renaissance if control becomes more popular. It used to be the control killer always, so maybe. I think it's just full of cope though. Clerics are more righteous warlocks, stuck up little healers. Warlocks are clerics in abusive relationships. Bruh. Please. I mean, I hate star charts. I have an answer for tablet, I guess, so I'll get rid of star charts here. I don't know, I tend to gravitate towards, like, warlocks whenever I play, like, a D&D style game. I think they're cool. Right now, every deck's trying to survive. Is that? Nah, that's true. That's true. You always go Warlocks and Necromancers because Skellies are dope AF. Nah, me too. Me too, me too. Love a good Necromancer moment as well. Elemental, Whimsy. I don't know why I call that card Whimsy, I just do. Can't help it. Down to try and build a control killer Dimir deck. Yeah, let me know if you end up doing that, let me know how it goes. I feel like it has to exist somewhere, but then again, the issue is that a lot of the control decks are also revolving around artifacts, and you know, if there's one thing Dimir can't really handle, it's an artifact, so that probably fucks it a little bit. I hope I'm not being too greedy here, trying to go for the hard gas on the seat. Love control, but this Jeskai deck is dice of fetch. Yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird. It if I think about a control deck, like the way that the current tablet, like or like four-color control tablet decks are constructed, like that doesn't look like a control deck to me. Where are the counter spells? Where are the planeswalkers? Like, all the things that could possibly make a removal or, like, a control deck cool, like, they're not playing. It doesn't feel like a real control deck to me. Alright, I'm gonna try this. And there they go, chaining revelations. That's why the control decks don't work out for us, because we can't chain revelations. Like, they get in a bad spot and then they just start tilt decking revelations and then they miraculously win. So fucked. You got another? If you got another, I quit. I'm sure they do. Just flash it back, bro, please. Yeah, that ain't happening. Yeah. Being Thunderflock in this matchup. A little sus, right? We still in the trenches? No, we've actually won a good amount of games today. Like, we were doing pretty good. I'm not mad at it. We had a really awesome record with Dimir mid-range, like 8-2 or 7-2. We're getting some wins with this deck. We're doing great tonight. So, really can't complain, even though, you know, that was a bunch of revelations. I'm quite happy with how tonight has gone. One of the best nights of grinding the ladder we've had in, like, a week or something. Yeah. Very happy. Okay. Yeah, no, it's true. Control players have it easy nowadays. They just have to fire off revelations. They don't have to activate Castle Ardenville 600 times, you know? They had to work for it back then. your range players that are cooked. Yeah. No, it's absolutely like either your deck needs to have the potential to win on turn 3, or your deck needs to be able to remove every single creature till you can fire off some degenerate spell that ends up winning you the game somehow. So it's a lot of like removal.deck situations as well. Which is not cute, in my opinion. Yo, let me go with this this baddie right here. I'm gonna try Igra. Okay. Well, it's not even like just mid-range decks that are dead. Like anything that isn't... There's a lot of archetypes that just are forgotten right now, you know? Wow, can be countered. Right, right. Right, right. Fuck you. Yeah, it works on Igra. That stung a little bit, not gonna lie. Inevitable Defeat says can't be countered, and Word is basically hexproof through countering. So if you have something that can go around, you know, or something that says can't be countered, then Word doesn't work. So yeah, it's a good way to deal with them for sure. I'm gonna go Vibrance. Am I holding up counter? Nice. Hamlet on Biblioplex? I don't hate that. Okay, we can get out of this. This Sustainable Stroke's looking real cute right now. Nah, this Sustainable Stroke is helping me out. We're good. They just found a ton of tablets. Alright, play your tablet. Yay, we did it. Great Hall of Biblioplex. Go here. Wait. Okay, it's fine. Ashlizzlle can't pay for Kick Burst. Let me double read that. I've just skipped over quickly. Only cast mana value 4 or greater. I guess the mana value is still 1. Never mind. Oh, anyways, it's fine. There wasn't much they could have done there with the mana they had available. Try it. Yeah, Word is a counter. Yep, yep. Start off here. Yo, Libby! Cute emo. My god. Flame Breeder gets me to Throne, I guess? I'll try it. Ooh. And that's the downside to playing that. Yep, yep. Not many options, decided just doing pit here, I guess. Got myself an Izad duel. A... Do I think that's gonna live? No, but I'm gonna try anyway. Right, it doesn't work with drone because it's golem. Yeah, true, true. Quarry Mountain. Oh, I didn't want to play Quarry out. That's why. Okay, getting a little, up in here. Well, I'm pretty fucked with this hand, not gonna lie. Like, I need to draw lands. Like, I need to do Wistfulness blue to draw lands, but then give up on interacting with the tablet. Kind of shitty. Yeah, and now I'm not holding up blue, you know. Chat, I think this is a winnable matchup. I don't think it's winnable with the cards that we've drawn this game, though, sadly. I don't know. We'll see. If their hand is like cracked, we maybe cooked. Let's see. Nervous. Okay. That is 6,000 mana. Ooh, at least that's a revelation gone. We take those. Gotta be green. Gotta be another cavern, maybe? Yeah, control is definitely the flavor of the... week, for sure. Maybe for a longer time. I think they do have some resilience, you know? I would like to develop Roaming Throne, but let me start off with this, I guess. I just need to see what's up. Gotta have a little peek, know what we're fighting against. The fact that they still have 3 mana open. Bitch. We're good, we're good. Oh my goodness. You know, chat, on a positive note, that's 3 revelations gone already that they haven't cast. We may be in this. They may have 1,000 mana available, but we may have a game, I'm not gonna lie. Hold that big if true. Oh, I didn't want to grab that one. I grab Helix, but I have it too fast. True if big. Hold up. Get lost. My little roaming throne. Oh yeah, they have to pay like crazy word costs, don't they? No, wait, never mind. Let's put 2 of them. Yes. Wistfulness. Make sure we hold a blue though. Get rid of the tablet. Dude, the fact that we've dealt with 3 revelations already, I'm fucking gassed right now. Elemental. No, it doesn't really work. I don't want to not hold up spell pierce, even though I don't think there's any spell pierce targets anymore. But it's okay. We still have to try, right? That is a good card. Stock up saves. Donating $5 if you get the last revelation with spell pierce. I would have loved to, but dang. I mean, we are kind of under pressure by this this Biblioplex though. Kind of spooky. Let me get a full value on that. It's no land, right? Bounce anything? No. Easy. No stock ups for you. Gotten enough. Yeah, it do be inevitable. I don't know, like, just trying to target that for now. Internet stories. If we can find a little bit more gas, we seriously have a game here, but... Oh. Hamlet on Biblioplex. No, this one is already animated, that's okay. I just kind of have to hold back here. Igra. That definitely dates a board wipeout, doesn't it? Three, 5 cards left. 1 revelation in there that could save everything. Will they be able to succeed? Yeah, I'm still gonna do it, you know, like... It is what it is, and then the last day of judgment we could probably get out with the seat. Cool. Yo, Nepkin. Access a traumatic critique. Holy fucking shit. This is like the most goated spell pierce ever. Holy shit. Craziest spell pierce ever cast. That's wild. Damn. I'm proud of that little spell pierce. They fought hard. Never gave up. It never gave up. It remained strong. That's crazy, dude. W Pierce. Sure. Getting mad. We'll see. Now we just have to close it out. Fast. Uh-oh. Yeah, I want to consider it, but I'm also worried about opponent just like randomly doing flashback at instant speed. Chat, this is feeling an awful lot like a, am I getting Revelation vibes from this one? Star Charts vibes? Nothing. Bluffing? Star Charts for 1 million, yeah. It is Revelation. Oh, it's Helix. You know, high key, the most satisfying win of all time. Not gonna lie. Whoa. Wow. I mean, everything lined up so perfectly for us there. That was absolute art.